Bro, that ending of this chapter of Bleach. The transformation I see at the end of the chapter. Now that's some hype. That's some straight up hype right there. The hype fuel. I mean, last week we got the father duo, and now this week we get Ichigo and his hollow form. It's been a very, very long fucking time since we have seen Ichigo's hollow form, or hollow Ichigo. It's, God, how long has it really been? I mean, seriously. It's been a hell of a long time. It really has. It's been a really fucking long time since we have seen. I don't even remember what chapter exactly it was, but it has been a long time since we saw Hollow Ichigo, or some form of it. And now seeing this horn pop out of Ichigo's head, I'm just like, bro, that's so badass. It's so fucking badass. Like, seriously, that is some badass shit right there. And I'm like, so Ichigo, he's been doing all this. He's been rushing at Juhabak because he's been trying to wake up his hollow self. He's trying to wake up his hollow. And that's why he's been going in and all that. When Orihime grabs Ichigo in this chapter, she realizes what Ichigo's doing. He has some reason why he continuously charges in. It's not just because he's angry, but there's something else going on. And when, you know, he turns around and looks at her, she realizes, and then she just lets him go and lets him do what he's doing. And then, you know, she blocks him, which I want to get into Orihime in a second. And what she's been doing in this chapter is just 10 out of 10 stuff. But Ichigo, he's been rushing at Juhabak to jolt awake his hollow form, and then he's slowly progressing into his abilities he can start using. And I highly doubt this is the final form of Ichigo, because, I mean, for one, I believe before everything is said and done, I believe we're going to get to see more different type of, you know, forms of Ichigo. Maybe he might eventually grow another horn out the side of his head, because, honestly, it not being symmetrical is really getting to me. It really is. I need that other fucking horn to come out. But the main thing is, though, is that I believe that this isn't the final form of Ichigo, because he hasn't yet to say Bankai, and also on top of that, I believe he still needs to use more of his different type of abilities he probably has learned. So because of this, I just do not believe this is the final form we're going to see of Ichigo, but it still looks badass nonetheless. Oh my god, the form Ichigo took in this chapter just has me jumping for joy, because one of my favorite moments of Bleach, like seriously, one of my favorite moments was the fight when Ichigo went full hollow. When you saw his fucking mask pop up, you see the two horns all, I was like, yo, Ichigo went full hollow a long time ago when Orihime was behind him, or like near him. You remember that? Like when he got a hole shot through him, and then he landed, it looked like he was dying, and then he transformed. That's kind of similar to this, not exactly similar, but a little bit similar, and it happens when Orihime is there, which is very ironic in a way. But getting on to Orihime, Orihime has been so wonderful in this fight. I'm so glad Kubo is not just casting her to the side and just tossing her off like a pile of garbage. I'm so glad he is actually using Orihime to fight, defend, be a very good support character to Ichigo in this fight, because without Orihime, Ichigo would have took a huge-ass blow to the face, and he might have died. It was thanks to Orihime that he kind of didn't suffer so much damage, and I respect Orihime for that, and I respect Kubo for using Orihime in this situation, allowing her to show off her potential, because she's been a character that has been built up for so long. She had this potential, she had this ability that seemed to be very broken. I mean, Aizen even talked about it a very long time ago, and I mean, it's something that was constantly talked about, but was not used. And I was so sad when she was kind of just pushed off screen and she wasn't used. And now seeing that she is actually helping in like the in-game boss, she's helping Ichigo out, I'm just sitting here like, yes, Kubo, this is what I want to see. This is what I want to see Orihime doing. I want to see her actually being useful and helping, and not being sitting in the corner just saying, Kurosaki, Ichigo, and I just don't want to hear that over and over. Even though she does say it, I'm glad she's getting shit done. She's actually doing some great things in this chapter, so well done Orihime, and well done Kubo on the glorious part when it comes to Orihime in this chapter. Now, besides that, however, with the transformation, to finding out why Ichigo is rushing in, to waking up his hollow form, and Orihime being very useful, we move over into what is going on with Ashita and also Jugo. So, Ashita, he's still getting his ass handed to him. He's just getting fucking destroyed. And as we've already seen these past couple chapters, the majority of his fight has kind of been off-screened, and he's mainly just there to stall time. And Ashita goes along the line to say, you know, I've just been stalling time. This entire time. I've just been stalling you for Ichigo can make it to Juhabok and fight him and defeat him. I'm not really trying to do anything else. And Jugo's like, hey, I know you've been trying to do this since the beginning. I already know. I see the future and all that. I know what's going on. I have some of, you know, Juhabok's power, so I know what's going on. But then she is like, yes, but you make it sound like you know everything, and the future can be changed from what you know of. And he's like, yes, I just am borrowing Juhabok's powers. So with that being said, Ashita is now learning a little bit more about the abilities. He's trying to figure out what is going on. But then we get hints that Juhabok's ability is even stronger than we already envisioned, like we already knew of, which that is scary, because his ability already, Juhabok's ability with being able to see the futures, all possible futures and stuff, that is some scary shit. It's really scary shit. And when you think about it for a moment, it could possibly be stronger. Oh god, I mean, it is the in-game boss, by the way. I mean, Juhabok is the in-game boss, so I mean, it makes sense he would be rather fucking broken, but damn, just even scarier than that, he has something else that we don't know of, so it's definitely going to be a rough fight for Ichigo. So yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. How do you all feel about this week's chapter of Bleach? Let me know. You all have a wonderful day or not, wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.